You were just an ordinary college student. But the principal counselor treats you like their living father. Because even eating Hotpot can cause acute heart attacks. Even drinking tea can cause inexplicable poisoning. That all major hospitals have your own VIP wards. All because you're bound to the plague system. Not only do all diseases have to be experienced randomly, even after a certain disease has passed its danger period, it also provides permanent immunity to the disease, and enhance the function of the corresponding organs. Thus, they gain powerful abilities. At this moment, the 4 people in the dorm were busy making dipping sauces. They didn't even notice someone filming them. Suddenly, a voice asked, "Is the hot pot good? You're stirring up dipping sauce with chopsticks," he said without even looking up. "Can't you see I'm mixing oil dishes? I haven't even had a chance to eat it yet." "Then maybe you should tell me how it tastes after you try it. If you're craving it, just sit down and eat together. I'll give you a beating." Just as he turned his head, his voice immediately began to tremble. "Counselor, what brings you here?" Yang Kong sneered. "If I don't come again, who knows what you'll eat in the dorm next time? Stand up for me." Yang Kang's shout. The other 3 all reflexively stood up. Only you are still sitting there in a daze. Bite. Detected that a qualified host is binding the system. You were momentarily stunned. Then came the ecstasy. He had finally waited for the system. From today, I'm dead too. The system binds successfully. Congratulations to the host for successfully binding to the plague system. This system carefully selects fractures for the host. Malignancy, leukemia, heart disease, and hundreds of other diseases. Hosts can now choose a disease to experience. The smile on his face froze. His expression shifted from joy to shock. It eventually turned into disbelief. Others' rebirth system. Giving money and techniques. You sent me a plague of all diseases. Detected that the host did not respond. The system will automatically perform for the host. Select. Congratulations to the host for successfully acquiring acute myocardial infarction. Plus this damn system is serious. Other people's systems only help hosts grow bigger and stronger. Create brilliance again. How did I end up turning into this worthless thing? Come back to your senses. Look at the guide. Yang Kong, instructor. I specially brought this hot pot base from my hometown. Beef tallow pot base. Smells amazing. You should sit down and have some with us. Yang Kong could hardly believe his ears. He even suspected that he had heard it wrong. The student in front of him knew he was the counselor. Not only is she not afraid. Instead, he even invited me to eat together. Yang Kong was so angry he was about to explode. What are you still doing sitting there? Stand me up, you frown. Clutching his chest, he slowly stood up. Director, speak softly. I have a heart condition. Yang Kong sneered at you freshmen. I have reviewed all the medical records. I remember every illness that comes from whoever it is. Playing the pretense of being sick in front of me. Show amateur skills in front of an expert. Counselor Yang Kong walked up to you with a confident presence. He shouted angrily, what's your name? Wu Bin. Hello, Wu Bin, right? The 4 of you illegally used electrical appliances in the dormitory. In accordance with the rules and regulations of the school, they received 3 warning sanctions. And you disregard your teachers. I don't know how to repent. Write a 3,000-word self-reflection tonight and leave it to me. If it doesn't satisfy me, just call your parents to come to the school. Yang Kong was also furious. The viewers in the live stream immediately started gloating. This guy is pretty fierce. Facing counselors, he was neither servile nor arrogant. Not afraid at all. Didn't you see the counselor was about to lose his temper? This guy spent the next 4 years of college. I'm afraid I'll get special treatment. Just as everyone was discussing, you speak to the counselor again. Can you speak a little softer? There really is heart disease. The other 3 roommates look at you with admiring eyes. This guy really knows how to pretend. Yang Kong was also amused with anger. Yang Kong held out his finger. He poked your chest hard 3 times. Kid, you're not done yet, huh? Yang Kong hadn't finished speaking. You suddenly clutch your shirt tightly on your chest. His face showed signs of pain. Your face instantly turned deathly pale. Her lips were also purple and black. You just feel your whole body's temperature dropping rapidly. All of it surged toward his heart. The next second, you lose consciousness. With a thud, he fell to the ground. Yang Kong was dumbfounded. He Bing and the others were even more shocked. The photographer reacted the fastest, running over to give you a close-up. Bing fainted. A female counselor shouted sharply to sign up. Only then did the others react. Quickly go to the doctor. Call the school doctor over. Yang Kong panicked too. He quickly moved to Wu Bing's side. At a loss. I saw you collapsed on the ground. The viewers in the live stream instantly erupted. Damn, this kid's acting is pretty good. Just say it. Let's talk about heart disease. The sudden death rate is among the highest. You can wait to have a banquet. This comment had just gone by. Your situation has worsened again. It felt as if all his strength had been drained. Her body instantly went limp. Just moments ago, Yang Kong was exuding a strong presence. At this moment, kneeling on the ground holding you. Tears. Wu classmate. Hang in there, don't die. The roommates fell silent when they saw this scene. Yang Kong, who had just been showing off his power. At this moment, he knelt on the ground, crying and begging you not to die. Su Wenyao arrived with a group of school leaders. They were already waiting downstairs at the dormitory. Prepare for an interview later. The results are being reported. I heard that a student in the dorm had a heart attack. Su Wenyao gasped for breath. When he saw your deathly pale face, Su Wenyao felt his head explode in an instant. No way, the situation is this serious. It's only a few minutes. His face turned this pale. Are college students these days really this weak? Su Wenyao was extremely anxious at this moment. Ants on a hot pan. Someone is going to cause a death at school. Wait for the Ministry of Education to investigate. This principal is the primary person responsible. Under everyone's anxious gaze, school Dr. Xieshan hurried over carrying a medical kit. Trouble give way. I am the school doctor. But when Xieshan saw your expression, he was so startled that he shuddered. Everyone present saw Xieshan's reaction. He immediately felt a sense of foreboding. Su Wenyao quickly asked old Xie, how is it? Xieshan pried open your eyelids with her hand. After a careful observation, he cursed out loudly. Even TPM was disbanded. And you still ask me how it is. What are they all doing? I want to suffocate him. Have you all spread out and called 120? Hurry and open the school gate. Let the ambulance in. At this moment, Xieshan couldn't care about any manners. People are dying. Also requires grace. Xieshan said one sentence. Everyone's faces changed drastically in fright. Quickly disperse. Yang Kong was so frightened he was stunned. His mind was filled with impossibilities. He just spoke a bit too loudly. Wu Bin was given to him just like that. Su Wenyao stood to the side, trembling like a sieve. Originally, I was happily preparing for an interview today. Now it's good. Done. Su Wenyao pressed his palms together. He silently worshipped all the gods and Buddhas of the heavens. Don't die. Don't die. All the leaders were nervous. Watch Xieshan, sweating profusely, perform CPR on you. But 2 minutes later, Xieshan stopped. He took out a flashlight and shone it on your eyes. I touched your neck with my hand. Then he looked at Su Wenyao, shook his head. Su Wenyao felt his throat tighten. It was as if an invisible hand was pinching him. The air around them seemed to freeze. Su Wenyao was furious. Feels like my brain is stuck. Unable to respond for a long time. Yang Kong, standing to the side, was also stunned. The same expression as Su Wenyao. It's over, everything is over. Principal Su first let all the students at the garden hall. Let's go back to the dorm. Only then did the vice principal's words snap Su Wenyao back to reality. Su Wenyao nodded in a wooden voice. The vice principal sighed. He knew Su Wenyao was already panicking at this moment. The vice principal said to the other counselors. He told the students to return to their dorms and stay in their dorms for now. Su Wenyao knew. This matter definitely won't be enough. The TV station staff are still live streaming. The news that Wu Bin was scared to death by the counselor while eating Hotpot in the dormitory. It will probably go viral online very soon. The principal's ambulance arrived. Su Wenyao nodded. He didn't want to say a word. Given Wu's current situation, sending them to the hospital is a waste of time. It would be better to just take them to the funeral home. Just as Su Wenyao was thinking this, you suddenly open your eyes. Take a deep breath. Everyone was taken aback. Su Wenyao was so frightened that his legs went weak. He almost collapsed to the ground. You show an awkward but polite smile. Everyone's here, have you eaten yet? At this moment, Su Wenyao was so excited that his whole body was trembling. If it weren't for the broad daylight, Su Wenyao must have thought he had encountered a ghost. Su Wenyao asked in a voice. Student Wu Bin. Came to life. You forced a smile. Not dead for the time being. But it wasn't really alive either. I still felt my heart hurt a lot. The words just fell. Xieshan immediately stepped forward. Put a fast-acting heart pill into your mouth. Uma. Hang in there and the doctor will arrive soon. As they spoke, medical staff in white coats spoke. They had already rushed into the dormitory. Medical staff carry you onto a stretcher. Without thinking, Su Wenyao wanted to follow up. The emergency doctor stopped him. Is it a family member of a patient? It's not me, but the school's emergency doctor. He glanced at Su Wenyao suspiciously. Doubt his identity. As the principal, why does he feel even more nervous than the kid's father? What emergency doctors don't know is, Wu Bin had already died once just now. So at this moment all the school leaders were extremely nervous. Now Wu Bin was the living father of this group. How could they not be nervous? Others also stepped forward to help Su Wenyao vouch for him. Doctor. He is the president of our agricultural university. Information can be found online. The doctor nodded. Alright, get in the car. However, the patient's family also needs to notify them immediately. If surgery is to be done, signatures from family members are required. Su Wenyao clung to the car door. Just as he was about to get in the car, a weak voice sounded. Better to let Miss He follow the carriage. You just saw He Bingbing's work hard. He felt more at ease with cameras pointed at him. Of course, He Bingbing was unwilling to give up such excellent live streaming material. Just the moment Wu collapsed. The number of viewers in the live room. It has already surpassed 30,000. Alright, let's follow along the whole time. Seeing He Bingbing agree. You adjusted your posture on the stretcher. He smiled at the camera. Everyone was speechless. This is the damn time. You're still looking for a camera. Saw the camera. You immediately felt at ease. Soon, the ambulance drove out of the school. Behind the ambulance were more than a dozen black cars. A traffic police officer on duty at the intersection witnessed this scene. At first, I was stunned. He immediately flipped over and got back on his motorcycle. Sound the siren to clear the ambulance. All the other drivers on the street took out their phones to snap photos. This scene is really outrageous. Could it be some big shot in the ambulance? On the ambulance. You haven't had a chance to say a few more words to He Bingbing yet. Live streaming effects on the hour. But then his head tilted. Fainted again. You are dizzy. The doctor accompanying the car was terrified. Hurry up and put all kinds of sanitary equipment to your hands. He even gave him a shot of adrenaline. Fortunately, you only fainted. His breathing was faint and faint, but at least there is more. The doctor was relieved all along. He looked at Miss He Bingbing. Do you know how he became like this? The doctor asked this. I want to learn more about you. This will make a preliminary judgment for you. This makes it easy and quick to identify the cause of your illness. He Bingbing nodded. I know when he fainted. We happened to be filming him. The doctor pressed further, asking if he could explain in detail. He Bingbing thought for a moment. He said that we had entered the boys' dormitory at the time. A strong smell of Hotpot wafted from their dorm. Then we went in. Could it be that there's something stimulating in the Hotpot? It triggered his heart attack. The nurse proposed a possibility. He Bingbing shook her head and denied it after hearing this. When we entered, they had just finished making oil dishes. I haven't had time to eat Hotpot yet. Hearing He Bingbing say this, the doctor was even more puzzled. If not because of eating, that must mean they were affected. A certain stimulus causes excessive emotional fluctuations. It stimulated the heart. He Bingbing seemed to remember something. He suddenly spoke. Before Haobin collapsed, Counselor Yang Kong was giving a lecture. Counselor Yang thought the four of them were eating Hotpot in the dormitory. Violated the school's rules and regulations. So they must be dealt with seriously. I remember Counselor Yang pressing her finger on Wu Bin's chest. He poked hard 3 times. He was even asked to write a self-criticism. As soon as He Bingbing said this, the school leaders watching the live stream broke out in a cold sweat. If Wu Bin fainted, it really had something to do with Yang Kong. Then he might face criminal responsibility. Seeing the doctor didn't believe me, He Bingbing added. We recorded the entire process on video. The doctor frowned. If it's just a lecture, probably wouldn't trigger heart disease. He Bingbing thought for a moment. Next, he said, pure lectures might not be enough. But the guide's lecturing was quite loud. Wu Bin has mentioned this many times. Tell the guide to keep their voices down. He Bingbing asked the photographer to export the video. He then took out his phone and showed it to the doctor. Yang Kong was extremely angry in the scene. He poked Wu's chest 3 times with his hand. Wu Bin told him to speak quietly. But Yang Kong remained unmoved. He continued lecturing. Wu Bin was so frightened that he shivered. Clutching his chest, he collapsed. After watching the video, the doctor in the ambulance twitched the corner of his mouth. I found it absurd. This taught him how to write a description of his condition. Because the counselor was noisy, it also scared the students to the point of heart disease. Isn't this nonsense? At this moment, the unconscious you open your eyes again. Woke up. The doctor quickly asked with concern. Student Wu Bin, your current situation is very dangerous. Don't mess around first. You smiled slightly at the doctor. It's okay, doctor. I just adjusted the pillow. You two talk about your own business. Don't worry about me. After saying this, he even made a love you gesture toward the camera. Then his head tilted again. Fainted. Everyone praised him for being truly strong. He was just smiling at us. How optimistic must he be to endure the pain and smile at us? Such a good child. He absolutely cannot be allowed to die just like that. Everyone share and spread. Jing drew more attention to him. In the live broadcast room, netizens started sending gifts like crazy. Repost the livestream room. Just a few minutes. The livestream room attracted tens of thousands of people. It suddenly surged to over 100,000. Watching the more and more comments in the livestream room, Su Wenyao grew even more anxious. He felt like his heart disease was about to flare up too. Follow this trend. Today, this incident is sure to trend online. At this moment, Su Wenyao could only pray that Wu could hold on. Please don't die. Amid everyone's prayers, the ambulance finally arrived at the hospital. The doctors responsible for receiving the reception. He was also taken aback by the commotion. The iron cavalry of the Magic City along the Hui Road. Behind him was a bunch of Mercedes-Benz and BMWs. Hospital director Li Guotai, standing at the door smoking. He immediately stubbed out his cigarette, running toward the ambulance. It seems this patient must take the initiative himself. Quick, get them onto the stretcher. Contact the operating room. Be prepared. Where's the doctor in the car? Come over and tell me what's going on. Director Li Guotai even ran over. The hospital's professors and department heads all rushed over. The nurse pushed aside looked regretful. Even the 4-drip in his hand was snatched away by the old professor. A group of old professors pushed you into the emergency room. He Bing followed behind with a photographer. The entire process was filmed. As soon as I saw a camera, Li Guotai became even more determined in his decision. This kid's identity really is not simple. Soon, you were wheeled into the consultation room. He Bing and the others did not get the doctor's permission. You definitely can't get into the consultation room, so they could only wait outside. Is Bing still filming? The photographer asked. He Bing's gaze was resolute. Illness and accidents are also part of university life. We don't. It can only show the vibrant and energetic side of college students. Be as comprehensive as possible. The photographer nodded. This means he has fully understood. Indeed, from the moment of following filming until now, the online popularity of the livestream room is steadily rising. Soon, the school leaders arrived as well. Wu Bin went into the consultation room. He is currently undergoing a comprehensive physical examination. He Bing replied. Principal Su Wenyao responded with an, oh, standing outside the door limping back and forth. Back when his wife gave birth, Su Wenyao had never been this nervous before. Principal Su, please take a break. Vice Principal Zhou Tong spoke up. Su Wenyao shook his head. Not tired, I mean, you keep swinging around like this. We looked exhausted from watching. Su Wenyao looked embarrassed. Just as I was about to sit down, Li Guotai pushed open the door. He came out from inside. Director Li Haobin's situation. Li Guotai said confidently, don't worry. The child's vital signs were very stable. It shouldn't be a big deal. Yijing had a professional doctor examining him. The report will be released soon. Hearing Li Guotai say this, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. After all, it was Li Guotai who said this. Director Li was on heart disease. His words are the most valuable. As soon as Li Guotai finished speaking, the door to the consultation room was suddenly pushed open. A nurse panicked and shouted at Li Guotai. The dean is not good. The student's heart stopped again. Li Guotai looked shocked. A heart attack isn't like a headache or fever. How could it happen twice in a short time? It's really evil. Li Guotai dared not delay. He quickly followed the nurse into the consultation room. Su Wenyao and the others' expressions immediately turned strange. Is Director Li really reliable? Weren't you just confidently saying there was no problem? What should we do now? The guide Yang Kong was restless and uneasy. His level of tension was no less than Su Wenyao's. Su Wenyao patted his shoulder. He comforted Wu, saying, good luck to you. Heaven and earth are in harmony. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Yang Kong held his head with both hands. Tears flow in radiant streams. It's all my fault. It's all my fault for speaking too loudly. Half an hour later, Li Guotai looked a bit tired. He walked out of the consultation room. A group of people immediately surrounded him. Director Li and Wu Bin's situation. After a moment of silence, Li Guotai said. He said that Wu Bin's blood vessels were all blocked. But not all blockages at the same time. Instead, it is intermittent irregular blockage. Li Guotai added. I know. What I'm saying is somewhat contrary to medical common sense. But that's what it is. So I feel that way too. Hearing Li Guotai say this, the audience immediately understood. Why does he look so tired? Because ordinary people block a blood vessel. You can already issue a critical illness notice. As a result, Wu Bin's 3 veins were like playing with them, taking turns blocking the blockage. That's why Director Li. Has the hospital now had a treatment plan for Wu Bin? Li Guotai nodded. Since Wu Bin's situation is so special, and the situation was so abrupt, So we were just in the consultation room. An urgent seminar was held. We have always believed. It needs to be given to Wu Bin. Immediate heart bypass surgery. Hearing Li Guotai say this, the livestream room erupted. My good. This is serious. He actually had a heart bypass surgery. Su Wenyao asked in a deep voice. All medical expenses for Director Li and Wu Bin. Our school can take over the responsibility first. You don't have to worry about the cost. Building bridges and such. We only know one thing. It's best for Wu Bin to use. Don't be stingy. Li Guotai gave a bitter smile. You guys really think too much of me when saving money. According to the worst-case scenario, these 3 arteries and blood vessels cannot be used. So we not only need to perform a heart bypass for him, and you need to use 3 at the same time. Not just hearing Li Guotai say that. All of them. Take a breath. Seeing Su Wanyao's grim expression, Li Guotai comforted Principal Su. You don't have to worry too much. Although heart bypass surgery is a major surgery, but the success rate is over 97%. Generally, there won't be any major problems. Su Wenyao let out a sigh of relief, but at this moment, Wu Bin's blood oxygen saturation was too low. Only less than 70. There is a high chance he won't be able to get off the operating table. Su Wenyao felt a bit regretful. His mind was already a complete mess. Dean Li, didn't you just say the surgery success rate is 97%? Why can't I get off the operating table now? Li Guotai said awkwardly. The success rate of bypass surgery is indeed high. But Wu Ma's physical condition, I was worried he wouldn't make it until the surgery was completed. Let me put it this way. Blood oxygen saturation is around 70. A person can live about another day. Blood oxygen saturation below 40. Basically, you only have 3 hours left to live. Li Guotai took a document from the nurse. If it is decided to have surgery now, then someone needs to sign on it. Which of you is coming? Looking at the surgical documents, everyone fell silent. This document is not so easy to sign. But Li Guotai's words just now were very clear. Wu Bin's blood oxygen saturation is very low. The time they can live is very short. If you insist on waiting for the family to sign, maybe the person could be sent straight to the morgue. Everyone turned their attention to Su Wenyao. The photographer was also at this moment. He gave Su Wenyao a close-up of his facial expression. I signed Su Wenyao to take the pen. Sign directly on the documents. Director Li, please arrange the surgery for Wu Bin as soon as possible. With signatures. Li Guotai didn't waste any more words. Wear a mask. He turned and walked into the consultation room. But the moment he opened the door, the nurse's sharp voice of registration came from the consultation room. The hospital director's patient blood oxygen saturation was only 20. What do you mean it's only 20 now? Are you kidding me? Li Guotai hurried to the clinic. The treatment room arranged surgery directly. Outside the treatment room it was deathly silent. Su Wenyao's face turned ashen. His right hand, just after signing, trembled like a chicken claw. The livestream room was also filled with blessing patterns. Feeling sorry for the principal for a minute. Just after signing, the person was no longer allowed. It's way too early to draw conclusions now. Even Director Li didn't say it was impossible. Brothers, do you know what a blood oxygen saturation of 20 means? Let's just say that. The preparations for coronary artery bypass surgery over there have just been completed. The person can be sent directly to the morgue. What a wonderful college student. He was scared to death like that. Now the counselor and the school leaders were ruined along with them. Both of them will probably be sentenced. The red light at the clinic door lit up. The 3 words during the surgery stand out strikingly. Su Wenyao pressed his palms together, praying devoutly for Wu Bin. He made a vow in his heart. As long as Wu's surgery succeeds, from now on he would treat Wu Bin like his own son. Noon. Su Wenyao slumped into a chair in the corridor. He seemed to have aged more than 10 years in an instant. Principal Su, why don't you go back and rest? Here we are. Just keep watch. Bing Bing and her colleagues had already slept through the night during their shift change. But Su Wenyao and Yang Kong kept watch at the door. The 2 of them were almost suffering from jealousy. Su Wenyao shook his head. We've been guarding for so long. It's not bad for this moment. Whatever the result, I want to confirm it myself. Hearing Su Wenyao say this, viewers in the livestream sighed that if only they had known this would happen. Why bother in the first place? If only I could talk properly with the students. It won't be like this. Actually, it's not really the mentor's fault. Bui Bao, who would have thought the voice would be louder? A equals. Who would have thought the voice would be a bit louder? It can scare people to the point of heart disease. I guess our teacher is watching the live stream too. This morning, during the lecture, the voice was much quieter. In Ji Xiao. This guy single-handedly controls Pining Jiji. He forced all the teachers to speak softly. Amazing, the surgery has been going on for over 10 hours. As for this long, that kid could be doomed, could he? No, if it had cooled off, it would have been released long ago. Nowadays, the longer the surgery takes longer, the more it seems, the more hopeful. This comment had just gone by. The door to the consultation room immediately swung open. Li Guotai wiped sweat with a group of senior professors. He hurriedly walked toward the office. Su Wanyao and the others quickly stood up. But the group acted as if they hadn't seen them at all. He was passionately discussing something. I've never seen such an outrageous situation. Fortunately, I documented the entire surgery. I'm going back now to publish my paper. Don't grab any of you from me. We performed the farting surgery together. Why should you monopolize the research results all to yourself? It is. If it weren't for my heart bypass technique, can his blood oxygen saturation really increase that quickly? Don't brag. His blood oxygen saturation should have died long ago. The reason he died was not to be born. It must be due to some special factor. It has nothing to do with how fast you are. Seeing these old professors about to leave, Su Wanyao hurried forward to call out to Li Guotai. What exactly is happening with Director Li and Wu Bin now? Was the operation successful? Li Guotai slapped his forehead. He smiled and said, don't worry. The operation was successful. This kid really is blessed with luck. Several accidents occurred during the surgery. At first we thought he was doomed. But unexpectedly, he endured it all head-on. He Bing realized this was excellent live streaming material. He hurried forward to ask for details. Dean Li, can you tell us in detail what accidents you've encountered? Of course. Li Guotai began to narrate animatedly. Principal Su had just finished signing. Wu's blood oxygen saturation dropped to 20. We humans need oxygen to survive. The same goes for organs. When blood oxygen drops below 20, in such cases, you might think, all the organs in our bodies are breathing. This kind of breathing is like this. It can cause irreversible damage to human organs. So if blood oxygen continues to drop, then the body will collapse. It can even directly cause brain death. Actually, when Wu Bin's blood oxygen is only 20, we already feel it. He probably had no hope of going to the operating table. Who would have thought he only relied on 20 blood oxygen levels? We held on until our first heart bridge was successfully built. This is truly rare. This is definitely a world first. I saw Li Guotai undergoing continuous surgeries for more than 10 hours. He was still full of energy when talking about this matter. Only then did everyone realize. He could maintain blood oxygen of 20 until he was on the operating table. Just how impressive is it? The viewers in the live stream immediately started sending gifts. Even with blood oxygen 20 they can survive. And that's just a person. No wonder these senior professors are so excited. This is for those studying medicine. It really was a stroke of luck. The difficulty of this surgery. It was no less than directly snatching someone from the King of Hell. 8.2 The King of Hell withdrew a college student. This kid's ancestors are pulling strings wildly below. The money he'd been collecting for hundreds of years was probably all spent. Our ancestors are the only university student in our family. 8.5 Ancestors. Our family's only college student with a unified name, Hao Li Zhaoxi. 22.2 Can't die anymore, alright? Is this what modern college students look like? Fragile but hard to kill. Seeing the live stream's popularity instantly jump by another 30,000. He Bing was very happy inside. Director Li and Wu Bin had low blood oxygen levels. Did you encounter any other unexpected events during the surgery? That's too much. Li Guotai counted on his fingers. Arterial blood vessels simultaneously spasm. Ventricular fibrillation, heart stops. Arrhythmia. Can be said that this surgery was the only one. Student Wu Bin. It really opened our eyes to the doctors in cardiac surgery. He was acting like a textbook example. It has significant clinical medical value. He Bing was left stunned. Time. He didn't know whether to congratulate Li Guotai or feel sorry for Wu Bin. This kid's life is miserable. Just having Hotpot in the dorm. And that's how it turned out. Suwon didn't care about the surgery process. He only cared about the results. He asked Director Li with longing. Just tell me directly. Has Wu Bin's heart disease been cured? Li Guotai nodded. It's strange to say. After we built 3 bridges for him, it seemed his blood vessels were no longer blocked. And according to the latest test reports, Wu Bin's heart now, even stronger than professional athletes. This is the point we find most confusing. That's why, after those old guys had surgery, without sleeping I went to research materials and write my thesis. If we can find the reason why Wu Bin's heart is so strong, then our country is in the field of the heart. Greater breakthroughs will be made. Hearing Li Guotai say this, Su Wanyao could hardly believe his ears. This is just outrageous. Earlier, the counselor had casually shouted at him, "They can be pulled over for rescue, and now you tell me his heart is stronger than that of professional athletes." What an international joke. The viewers in the livestream also found it unbelievable. Fake a heart that has just undergone surgery. They can be stronger than normal people. If someone else said this, I would question it. But the one who said this was Li Guotai. Yeah, look. The excited expressions of those old professors just now. It doesn't look like an act at all. This shows that this surgery was indeed extraordinary. This kid's ancestors are in the underworld. At least some are officials. Otherwise he wouldn't be so tough. Is this what the old saying means by turning misfortune into blessing? This is also too awesome. No. Did you hear anything? Just like beating drums. Not only netizens heard it. Su Wenyao and the others also heard it. They looked in the direction the voice came from. Turned out the nurse was pushing Wu Bin. He came out of the consultation room. This was the sound of Wu Bin's heartbeat. Because the anesthesia effect hadn't worn off yet. So Wu Bin did not wake up, but his heartbeat was strong and powerful. But at this moment it was especially clear. Dong 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 dong. Everyone fell silent. Who could have imagined this? That heartbeat. It started from a patient who nearly died of heart disease. Came through. The viewers in the livestream were also unfazed. Is this heartbeat serious? The Emperor engine sounds a bit much. Definitely not sound effects. The official pranks are the most deadly. What the heck? What hell can't kill me? Make me stronger. Tomorrow I'm also going to have heart surgery. I hope I can be like Wu Ma. The operation went smoothly. Then install an Emperor engine. I'm sorry, Director Li. I used to doubt your abilities. I know I was wrong. If not to see it with your own eyes. Not to mention netizens. He Bingbing also found it hard to believe. Wu could have this kind of heartbeat. That heartbeat was terrifying. It was as if it was about to leap out of his chest. Even the hearts of the rest of them. They all resonated with each other. Is Director Li really okay? Su Wenyao looked worried. Previously, he was worried that Wu Bin's heart wouldn't beat. But now he was afraid Wu Bin's heart would race wildly. After all, the surgery form was signed by himself. No matter if Wu Bin is released, he had to take responsibility for every issue. Li Guotai rubbed his temples. He said somewhat tiredly, I know what you are worried about. But don't worry. We have conducted a comprehensive examination of Wu Bin. He's healthy now. Alright, let's go back and rest. No more sleep. I'm afraid I'll get heart disease too. Li Guotai gestured to the nurse. He signaled him to quickly push Hao back to the hospital room. Modu TV headquarters conference room. Station Chief Zhang he sat in the boss's chair. He was listening to his director. Each column reported their situation one by one. In his hands. Holding the comprehensive data from the past week of these columns, he casually flipped through it. The face became more and more ugly. Pause. Zhang he interrupted the director who was giving an introduction. Here's a fatal question. The livestream room of your program. What is the average number of viewers online? The director said somewhat guiltily. 500 people heard this data. Zhang he was so angry he laughed. You're searching for the taste of home column. Count all your salaries. The CMG spends tens of thousands every week. Now you tell me. The average daily viewership is only 500. The director was so scolded that he didn't dare talk back. The others also lowered their heads. Those who should drink tea should have tea. The kind of wandering that should be wandering. Anyway, as long as Zhang he didn't mention their names, they pretended not to be insulting them. You don't need to continue this show. Let's end the next episode directly. The director quickly said. No way, director. Give us another chance. Let's broadcast for another month. We will definitely be profitable next month. Zhang he snorted coldly. He picked up his teacup and took a sip. The others sighed inwardly, knowing that Zhang he had made up his mind. This segment definitely won't be available anymore. Seeing that everyone in the meeting room was in low spirits, Zhang he explained to the comrades. Don't be fooled by the fact that we're Shanghai TV. It seemed as if the family was big and the business was everywhere. Spend money. More than 40 programs at the station. Only 2 or 3 profitable tiers are profitable. Everything else is losing money. Keep going like this. We all end up unemployed. The headquarters would have to shut down. The others spoke with their heads down. One is honored and all are honored. They all understood the principle that all who suffer harm together meant harm. But the problem is, now their shows just aren't as popular as short videos. What can be done about this? Just as Zhang he was feeling a headache coming on, he suddenly saw a document. The prestigious school life column team applied for 2 filming technicians, 2 mobility scooters. Zhang he felt very displeased. Although the response to this program was quite good. But in reality it's still a loss to gain attention. Besides, your program team. Just to take photos of campus life and such. Just as Zhang He was about to reject it, he suddenly saw it. Live streaming data from elite school life over the past 2 days. Zhang He gasped. Her voice grew sharp. The highest number of concurrent users was 210,000. The average number of online users is 140,000. The live stream room earned 23,000. This single statistic stands out among many other columns. Keep in mind this is just data from 2 days. If this is data from a week, how terrifying that would be. What's going on? Why is the data in this column suddenly so good? Zhang He quickly took out his phone. Check out the clip videos from this section. He quickly understood. So the reason the show became so popular. It was a college student named Wu Bin. He Bingbing's reason for applying. Zhang He also took a look. He thought Wu Bin was a great material for live streaming. So he planned to find someone to follow and film him. Let's take a closer look at Wu Bin's daily life. Zhang He frowned. Some hesitation. After all, Wu Bin's rise to fame was too sudden and too accidental. Eating Hotpot in the dorm and getting scared to heart disease. Of course, it's a topic of discussion. But getting sick is such a thing. Disposable items serve as long-term followers. It seems unnecessary. Zhang Hecha glanced at the data. Gritting his teeth, he remained. He signed his name on the application form. Maybe you bet on what happens if it goes viral. Single hospital ward. Wu Bin, now fully awake, was sitting on the bed. Enjoy the feeding service from the nurses. Although he has emphasized more than once that he is no longer okay. But at the strong insistence of Su Wenyao and Li Guotai, Wu Bin still ended up dressing like this, reaching out for it. The day when the meal comes to open the mouth. Student Wu Bin. Do you really not feel anything unusual right now? He Bingbing sat right beside him. Holding the microphone, she showed her professionalism. This morning, the station director approved his application. So from now on, 3 photographers followed Wu Bin throughout the entire process. The live stream room is open 24 hours a day. Of course. All of this was approved by Wu Bin himself. Both sides also discussed details like gifts and tips in the live stream. Negotiations were held. Thank you, Miss He, for your concern. I'm really much better now. My heart no longer hurt. I feel completely relaxed. From the moment I woke up, Wu could already feel his heart growing stronger. What organ is the heart? It provides the body with the center for blood supply and pumping. It's like a race car engine. His heart is probably the strongest in the world. How could he not feel at ease? But before Wu Bin could be happy for long, the system's notification sounded in his mind again. Ding, congratulations, the host has successfully cured a disease. Gain 100 life points. New diseases are ready for you. Please choose. Wu Mao's face changed dramatically. Is this damn system ever going to end? Here we go again, damn, it even comes with a matching system. You think you're playing ranked games? He forced himself to resist the urge to curse. Wu Bin carefully looked at the options given by the system. This time, the system gave 3 options in total. Sudden death from poisoning fractures. Wu Bin fell silent. Sudden death has already been experienced. Honestly, it was really uncomfortable. Contempt for death may not allow you to truly die. But in the process, the pain felt, there will not be the slightest reduction. That feeling of recurring myocardial infarction. Wu didn't want to experience it for now. Fractures sound good. But he had sprained his ankle before. Knowing this thing hurts terribly. Might as well choose poisoning. It's best to use a potent poison. That way it wasn't painful. The host has made a choice. The next disease is poisoning. That's it. Wu Bin's eyes widened. He still thought. At the very least, the system should tell him what poison he might be poisoned by. That way, he could be mentally prepared in advance. And that counts as a notification. Student Wu Bin. What happened to you? Seeing Wu Bin's displeased expression, he Bingbing thought Wu Bin's heart was unwell again. Wu Bin smiled wryly and shook his head. It's nothing. I just thought of some unhappy things. Wu Bin had just finished speaking. The door to the ward opened. Su Wenyao entered with a group of school leaders. Wu Min, how do you feel now? Wu Bin quickly sat up. He smiled and thanked the school leaders for their concern. I feel much healthier. That's right, principal. I heard that the school covered my surgery costs. Wu Bin hadn't finished speaking. Su Wenyao waved his hand to interrupt him. Student Wu Bin, it is our school's failure to do its job properly. That's why you ended up in the hospital. So, all your medical expenses will be covered by our school. You don't need to worry about that. Also, this is a small token of our appreciation. I also hope Wu Bin will accept it. Right in front of the camera. Su Wenyao directly gave 50,000 yuan in cash. He handed it to Wu Bin. Wu Bin was stunned. Principal, aren't you being way too polite? Wu Bin could not refuse. Su Wenyao said in a deep voice the 50,000 yuan. It is a small token of our appreciation from the faculty and staff. I'll buy you nutritional supplements. Student Wu Bin. Take good care of yourself. You don't need to worry about school matters. I am here for everything. I'll take care of it for you. As soon as Yu Wenyao said this, the viewers in the live stream were instantly filled with admiration. This kid really turned misfortune into a blessing. He originally thought he had offended the counselor right after entering the school. The result is now good. Even the principal stepped forward to protect him. Hilarious, jealous. This was a matter of life and death, you see. I've even died for the school once. The principal shouldn't have given me any special privileges. From now on, as long as he doesn't do anything too cross-legged at school, I bet the principal would turn a blind eye. Wu Bin hadn't expected it either. Even if you get sick once, you can still gain an unexpected reward. You have to know, Su Wenyao is a university president. Many college students. Maybe even after graduation he barely saw the principal. Not to mention special treatment from the principal. Wu Bin was also very tactful. He was immediately moved and said, "Don't worry, principal. I will definitely study hard in the future, not letting everyone down. Become someone useful to both the school and society." How did the style suddenly change? Bing Bing stood to the side, feeling a bit regretful. Clearly it's a live stream recording daily life. Why is it that Wu Bin and Su Wenyao are shaking hands like this now? Tears welled up in my eyes. He felt as if he were reporting on a leader's visit to the sick. Targeted poverty alleviation programs. After chatting with the school leaders, only then did Counselor Yang Kong appear. He came to Wu Bin's bedside. The 1.8-meter tall man was crying bitterly at Liudi's apology. "Sorry, Wu. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have spoken to you so loudly. Student Wu Bin, don't worry. I'll definitely speak quietly from now on. I will never make the same mistake again." Sitting on the hospital bed, Wu Bin was stunned, not knowing where the mosquitoes had come from. Bing Bing was also stunned. Yang Kong really did speak just now. Su Wenyao also felt a bit embarrassed. He reminded Teacher Yang from the side. "You can speak a little louder." Yang Kong nodded. Then his lips continued to move. But still, no one could clearly hear what he was saying. The viewers in the live stream burst out laughing, saying, "Oh no! The counselor was left with psychological trauma. After all, he almost stepped on the sewing machine. Anyone would be afraid. I thought my headphones were broken. This counselor is awesome. This kid can now act domineering at school." Not only did the principal protect her, the counselor will definitely treat him like a living father in the future. Although Wu Bin didn't catch what Yang Kong was saying, but the content can be roughly guessed, he still gives him face. He took the initiative to shake hands and make peace with Yang Kong, saying that they also made mistakes. Yang Kong was simply enforcing the law impartially. He can understand. Speaking of which, Wu mentioned the counselor. Actually, eating Hotpot in the dorm. I organized it all by myself. It has nothing to do with my roommate. Look at this punishment. Before Yang Kong could speak, the principal immediately stated that university students are the same. It's understandable that you want to eat Hotpot to improve your life. And you can imagine it. To eat Hotpot in the dormitory. That shows you possess the fine character of hardship and simplicity. I'd rather cook it myself. Unwilling to pay high prices to eat out. I appreciate that. So I decided. After opening a new window in the school cafeteria, hot pot dishes are boiled. From now on, if you want hot pot, just go to the cafeteria. Don't use high-power appliances in the dormitory. As for handling matters, forget it this time. The following is not an example. Wu Bin gave Su Wenyao a thumbs up. No wonder people say he could be a principal. Since I have persisted, the principle that schools cannot use high-power electrical appliances. And with grandiose reasons. He spared the roommates from punishment. High is really high. Alright, Wu Bin. You rest in peace. So we headed back to school first. By the way, let's add each other on WeChat. If you need anything in the future, just contact me on WeChat. Su Wenyao's move once again caused a stir in the livestream. Damn, this is getting more and more ridiculous. The principal actually took the initiative to exchange WeChat messages with him. I originally thought it was just a special favor. It's good now. Directly to the heavens. Joking, the principal and he were friends who had died for life. What's wrong with adding me on WeChat? Is it too much? After adding me on WeChat, Su Wenyao led the school leaders and left in a hurry. Before Wu Bin could catch his breath, Li Guotai entered with a group of senior professors. Li Guotai smiled brightly. Looking at Wu Bin was like admiring a rare treasure. Student Wu Bin, we're here to see you. How do you feel about your body now? Wu Bin hadn't had a chance to answer yet. The senior professors had already put on the suspension. Getting the hang of it. Wu Bin couldn't help but laugh and cry. Are you really that polite? Spray blow blow, come listen quickly. The sound of this heartbeat is so strong and powerful. Look, the wound healed so quickly. An elderly professor even took his pulse directly. I have studied traditional Chinese medicine for so many years. He had never encountered such a thick pulse before. Such a celestial beauty. Wu Bin sighed helplessly. Another one was sealed. Seeing that a female professor was still trying to reach out and touch her chest, Wu Bin hurriedly called for help. Director Li, aren't you going to intervene? I can't stand it anymore. Hearing Wu Bin say this, only then did Li Guotai walk over with a cheerful smile. He persuaded these old professors to leave. Okay. Wu Mu is still recovering from his illness. Don't be so impatient, one of you. Scared him. I didn't feel the heartbeat with my own hands. The female professor pushed up her black-rimmed glasses. A look of regret. Get out of here. I have something I want to talk to Wu Bin. The senior professors looked back every few steps. Reluctantly, she left the ward. Director, please speak your mind. I can hold on. Seeing Wu's serious expression, Li Guotai immediately laughed. Don't be nervous. I'm not here to give you a notice of not being critically ill. I came to tell you. Your body is different from others. Have you noticed? Wu Bin felt a chill in his heart. Wanzi was discovered. Could I be dragged away for slicing and study? Li Guotai said seriously. I've never encountered it. Patients with a constitution like yours. Even though all the indicators are poor. Yet he was always on the brink of death. No matter what, he just won't die. And your body has a strong self-healing ability. The wound heals very quickly. So far, everything that happens to you can all be called a medical miracle. Patients like you, for us medical students, like a secret treasure. It is well worth our study. Wu's mouth twitched. Bao Jing began to feel restless. It was as if she knew what Wu Bin was thinking. Li Guotai comforted Wu Bin. Don't be nervous. We are a regular hospital here. I am also a regular doctor. I won't harm your life. I'm here this time. We want to sign an agreement with you on behalf of our hospital. Look. Li Guotai took the document he had been holding in his hand and handed it over to Wu Bin. Flipped through a few pages. His face showed a look of disagreement. I only need to come to your hospital for regular checkups. You can receive research grants. Li Guotai nodded with a smile. From now on, you will see patients at our hospital. Fees will also be automatically reduced by 80%, including the portion not covered by medical insurance. This agreement was extremely important to Wu. Because of that dog system. It only brings illness and suffering upon oneself. But he never gives himself money. This time, the school actually covered the heart disease expenses. What if he got sick afterward? This was also the issue Wu Ho worried about most. He was afraid that he might die because he couldn't afford treatment. It was just too funny. These agreements mention an 80% fee reduction. For Wu Bin, it is no different from helping in times of need. Director, are you sure you won't slice me up? Guotai burst out laughing. I thought, but the law doesn't allow it. Just go ahead and sign boldly. Now you have someone tracking you 24/7. Are you afraid I'll harm you? Wu Bin nodded. He signed his name on the agreement. The agreement is made in duplicate. Keep them safe on your own. Before leaving, Li Guotai took out his phone. I'll add you on WeChat. Afterwards, when you come to the hospital for treatment, let me know in advance. I'll arrange it for you. As soon as Li Guotai said this, the viewers in the live stream couldn't sit still. Master Tian is the director of Modu Hospital, after all. A tough guy who can snatch people from the hands of the king of hell. Grabbed both the principal and the dean's legs. Is that A? Did you cling to both the principal and the dean's legs? He managed to wrap his arms around both the principal and the dean's legs. You think anyone can do this? Didn't you hear Director Li say it? It was because Consort Wu had a special physical condition. That's why they give special treatment. It is indeed special. Especially crispy, don't worry about whether it's crispy or not. Just tell me, is it special or not? Not only is it fragile, but it's also hard to kill. I'd like to call him the crispy shark. Wu Bin, with nothing else to do, was also browsing the live chat. Seeing the name Crispy Shark, Wu Bin immediately laughed. He simply changed his online name to Crispy Shark. Leisurely moments are always short-lived. A week later, Wu Bin was discharged from the hospital. Attend classes and read together with other classmates. This week, Wu Bin was no different from a normal person anymore. As if he wasn't the one who had the heart attack before. He Bing led a photography team for a week of filming. Popularity declined instead of rising. This made the entire photography team very anxious. If popularity drops even further, that means Wu Bin's popularity has faded. At that point, they would have to give up on Wu Bin. Go live stream to record something else. Is Bing still following the film? Wang Yong, the photographer preparing to switch shifts, asked. He Bing glanced at Wu Bin, who was strolling around the campus ahead. Gritting his teeth, he nodded and patted. As long as the headquarters hasn't given the order yet. Let's keep shooting. According to the intuition of media professionals, He Bingbing believed that following Wu Bin would definitely provide good material. Just as He Bingbing was thinking this, Wu Bin walked ahead. Suddenly, he crouched down in a ghostly manner. He burrowed into the grass. He Bingbing was stunned. He didn't understand what Wu Bin was doing. Photographer Wang Yong immediately followed up. She was captured by a camera. He was excitedly digging up something with his hands. Student Wu Bin, what are you digging for? Wu Bin chuckled. You'll know once you dig up good stuff. Can be seen. Wu Bin was very pleased. He kept digging while muttering aloud. No wonder it's an agricultural university. Unexpectedly, in just a random patch of grass, there are actually such excellent medicinal herbs. But that's also thanks to my good eye. Otherwise you might just miss out. Thanks to that, as they spoke, Wu Bin had already dug up the items. Before netizens could give a close-up, Wu Bin took it straight from his pocket. He took out the black plastic bag he had prepared long ago. Put the things inside. The package is tightly packed. He quickly jogged back to the dormitory. The viewers in the livestream witnessed this scene. Everyone was stunned. Why is he so skilled? This probably wasn't the first time he'd done something like this. This fluid movement was executed in one breath. Photographer, hurry up and catch up. Let's see what treasure Wu Bin has unearthed. Seeing the livestream room gaining popularity, He Bingbing and Wang Yong were instantly filled with enthusiasm. He followed Wu Yilu at a jog. After returning to the dormitory, Wu Bin immediately closed the dorm door. Shuegui, lying on the bed playing on his phone, glanced at Wu Bin. What's wrong, old Wu? He jogged all the way back. Wu took out a black plastic bag. Unravel layer by layer. Look what I dug up at school. Shuegui looked at the items in Wu Bin's hands. Scratched his head. What is this? Wu Bin rolled his eyes. Ginseng, and I guess it's wild. There was a ginseng in the school. The viewers in the livestream room were all curious. If you don't understand, just ask if the school might dig up ginseng. Indeed, it can grow anywhere. But digging it out in the school grass is just too outrageous. I suspect it's a script. Brother, this is an agricultural university. Anything is possible. Alright, that depends on whether there are any seniors present. The topic is ginseng. Maybe someone casually planted it in the grass. Wu Bin had found a bargain. Haha, it reminds me. Xinxing picked some vegetables from the field to eat while he was on the spot. The result was a project the senior had been researching for a whole year. Senior Sister Xian in 1 minute. At He Bingbing's signal, Wang Yong leaned in directly. Here's a close-up shot of this thing. I have to say, in terms of appearance, this really is ginseng. Wu Bin happily took it to wash the dirt. Once cleaned, it looks even more authentic. The blood ghost also sat up from the bed and asked, this kind of ginseng must be quite expensive. I remember my dad bought this thing as a gift last year. Each stick alone costs tens of thousands. Wu snorted. The main thing is the variety. If it is artificially grown American ginseng, it wouldn't be worth tens of thousands. But if it's wild ginseng, that price is quite attractive. Shuegui's eyes lit up. Then wouldn't you be rich? Wu Bin chuckled. Where? Everywhere. Just to make a little money. Wu Bin took a small knife out of the drawer. Frightened, Shuegui hurriedly stopped him. What are you doing? This is worth tens of thousands. If you want to eat, Wu Bin glanced at Shuegui. Your little bit of promising. Found a good thing. Of course, he wanted to enjoy it first. It's just that I'm not yet indulgent enough to cut in the middle. I cut some ginseng roots and brewed them in water to drink. Good for the body. Without hesitation, Shuegui went to grab his own water cup. Wu Bin carefully trimmed a bit of ginseng whiskers. Anyone who didn't know better might think he was cutting gold bars. Then he tossed the ginseng strands into 2 cups. Brew with boiling water. Accompanied by ginseng stirring in boiling water. A faint aroma wafted from the cup. Wu Bing's scent was thoroughly scented. He showed a face full of bliss. Truly worthy of being called wild mountain ginseng. This flavor is pure. This kind of good thing. Don't even mention using it to brew water to drink. Just take a sniff. Can also prolong life. Ha ha ha. Brothers, cheers. Wu Bin and Shuegui bumped their heads, blowing and drinking at the same time. Shuegui was about to take a bite. Counselor Yang Kong knocked on the door. What are you two doing? Seeing Yang Kong walk in, Shuegui immediately handed over the water cup. Counselor Wu Bin dug up a wild ginseng in the grass. We're brewing water to drink. The instructor's wild ginseng soaked in water really tastes good. You can taste it too. Ever since Wu Bin experienced the sudden heart attack, Yang Kong became the gentlest counselor at school. As a result, he became very popular in the boys' dormitory. Otherwise, Shuegui wouldn't have thought about anything. All the good things were immediately distributed to Yang Kong. Yang Kong took the cup. She smiled and glanced at Wu Bin. You're lucky. You can even dig ginseng in the school grass. Wu Bin chuckled. He didn't say much. He Bing Bing took the opportunity to ask Instructor Yang. In the grass of our agricultural university. Can you really dig up ginseng? Yang Kong nodded. Agricultural university, after all. Our specialty. More or less it is related to crop cultivation and grafting. Although there is a test field at the school. But it was too far from the dormitory. Some students slack off. They will plant some of their own research projects in the grass. Secretly observe and record the records. However, schools actually forbid such things. The planting environment between experimental fields and grasslands is still far inferior. So usually those who do this kind of work are freshmen. But before, at most they dug up some vegetables from the grass, fruits and the like. This time being able to dig up ginseng is indeed a bit strange. After hearing Yang Kang's explanation, the viewers in the live stream room immediately became interested. So agricultural universities are actually this fun. Hearing this piqued my interest too. My farming genes have been activated. So what is your university's admission cutoff score? Actually, I also think applying to an agricultural university is a good idea. After graduation, the work environment is relatively pure, and avoid scheming with others. We warmly welcome all juniors to apply to our school. Actually, the farming and cultivation experiment is more fun than you might think. For example, cultivating tomatoes the size of a fist, a pumpkin with a big head. Seeing that the live stream room had actually increased a lot, He Bing Bing was a bit surprised. It seems that everyone is concerned about life at an agricultural university. I'm still very interested, but because of the previous incident with Wu Bin, everyone's attention has gone off track. Of course, He Bing Bing wouldn't let it go. This is an opportunity to boost popularity. He began to take the initiative to ask Yang Kong some about agricultural universities, problems of life. Yang Kong knew this too. This is a great opportunity to promote their school. Thus, I speak without reservation. He spoke without fail. Just as Yang Kong was about to get into the mood as he rambled on, Shui Gui's voice came to his ear. Wu, why did you sleep without even taking off your clothes? Hurry up and at least take off your shoes. Yang Kong turned around to look. At this moment Wu Bin was lying on the bed. The face is rosy, with a smile on his face. His face was serene. Yang Kong smiled. Yang is good. He fell asleep with his head down. Yang Kong said. He raised his glass, ready to take a sip. At this moment, suddenly he saw something placed on the table. Yang Kong paused. The face turned a little pale. Where did you get Shui Gui? Shui Gui responded with an indifferent, oh, this is the wild ginseng Wu Bin dug up. This Wu Bin is really something. Such a valuable thing. After soaking, he didn't even bother tidying up. What if someone else took it? Shui Gui reached out to grab that thing. Yang Kong shouted, don't move. Everyone was terrified. Shui Gui also looked puzzled. What's wrong? Instructor. Yang Kong nervously stared at the water cup in his hand. There was also a pinky finger-thick whisker swirling inside. Yang Kong then looked at another empty cup on the table. His eyes grew increasingly terrified. Don't talk to me. That cup was soaking in this stuff. Shui Gui nodded. Originally it was Wu Bin who drank it. Yang Kong was about to lose his mind. He ate it. Wu Bin said this thing is precious. Cannot be wasted. So he ate both the water and the whiskers. A counselor. Yang Kong let out a sharp crackling sound. He was on the verge of breaking down. Can this thing be eaten? This is not looking for death. Yang Kong took out his phone. He immediately dialed Xie Shan's number. Come to dorm 106. Xie Shan cursed directly. Then why are you calling me? Just go straight for 120. That's what he said. Xie Shan still carried the medicine box on her back. He sprinted all the way toward the boys' dormitory. Wu Bin dug up wild ginseng in the grass. Soak in water and drink it all. As soon as this campus post was published, leaders of the agricultural university, it immediately entered a state of combat readiness. Phone calls from the school leadership office came one after another, even busier than the frontline operations command center. Let Vice Principal Zhou Tong handle inquiries from the Education Bureau. Su Wenyao didn't even bother putting on his coat. He ran straight toward the boys' dormitory. When Su Wenyao arrived, Wu had already been carried onto the ambulance by medical staff. What on earth is going on with Yang Kong? Su Wenyao felt like he was about to lose his mind, and that's only been the case for a few days. Why did something happen again? Yang Kong was terrified. Hesitation. He was speechless for a long time. Principal Su, say it in the car. Take our car. This time, He Bing Bing and the photographer couldn't get into the ambulance. Because the hospital had heard that Wu Bin had been poisoned, a bunch of experts rushed along to rescue him. There was no place for them anymore. He took Su Wenyao and Yang Kong into the new commuter car. He Bing Bing was a bit excited. These days, the popularity of the live stream gradually declined. The photography team was also anxious. It was thought that Wu Bin, this hot topic, was no longer going to work. Outcome. Wu Bin directly performed a lying board for them. The photography team was deeply moved. This kid can handle trouble. He really is helping. He sat in the back of the car. Yang Kang's emotions stabilized somewhat. Su Wenyao asked in a deep voice, "Tell me what exactly is going on. Why did Wu Bin faint again?" Yang Kang gave a smile worse than crying. Principal Wu Bin wasn't fainting this time. He was poisoned. Su Wenyao was puzzled. Food poisoning. No, I eat 3 meals a day in the cafeteria. It's okay, Yang Kang said. Wu Bin burrowed into the grass on his way back to the dorm. He dug something out of the bushes. He thought it was ginseng. Take it home and brew it in water to drink. Drinking it immediately caused poisoning. Su Wenyao heard this, and suddenly sensed something was wrong. What is it? Yang Kang took a black plastic bag out of his pocket. He opened it and showed it to Su Wenyao. Su Wenyao's face instantly turned deathly pale. This is ginseng. Isn't this Philopica? Su Wenyao also started trembling along. Feeling cold in my hands and feet. This was dug out from the grass at their school. What does this mean? This shows that their school's management has loopholes. He Bing Bing still hadn't realized the seriousness of the situation. Asked Principal Su from the side. What is this trade route? Is it toxic? After a long silence, Su Wenyao said, "Let me put it this way. The last thing Shinong tasted was this thing." Everyone gasped. None of them had anticipated this. This thing has such a big background. The livestream room was also buzzing. No wonder it's my Angie. Directly challenge hell difficulty. I just checked. They say the trade route is highly toxic. Anything over 7 grams can cause fatal harm. The tendril Wu Bin just swallowed must have been over the limit. Definitely overclocked. He soaks it in water before eating. This is a complete release of toxicity. He absorbed it completely. No wonder the round one looks so unattractive. How is this any different from drinking DDVP directly? That's what it says. Principal Su's expression didn't look too bad. According to what you say, wouldn't Angkor be doomed? Don't be afraid to trust Angkor. He even survived a heart attack. What is a mere road call? It's awesome. The Shinong 6 ambulance arrived at the hospital. Director Li Guotai brought along the heads of various departments. I've been waiting for a long time. Wu Bin had just been carried out of the car. A group of senior professors took over the nurse's work. What about the school doctor this time? School Dr. Xiashan hurriedly ran over to Li Guotai. He was very respectful to Director Li. Wu Bin accidentally ate Shanglu. As soon as Xiashan said this, all the doctors present were shocked with shock. Shanglu can even be accidentally ingested. Only Li Guotai remained relatively calm. He continued to ask how much had been accidentally ingested. Xiashan gestured with her pinky finger. About 15 grams. Li Guotai immediately turned the ambulance cart around. He shouted angrily and ordered a direct rush to the emergency room. Prepare emergency and internal medicine staff for rescue. Li Guotai gave the order. All the doctors were busy. As chaotic as war. At this moment, Wu suddenly spat out a mouthful of filthy blood. In an instant, it soaked the entire shirt on his chest. Watching it startles the heart. The hospital director began vomiting blood clots. Li Guotai's heart sank sharply. Vomiting blood is normal. What the heck is this blood clots? Could it be that his internal organs were already on the verge of collapse? The hospital director's patient heart rate had dropped to 43. The hospital director's patient blood oxygen saturation had dropped to 35. A series of Ayahua's attacks came crashing down. Wu's health indicators dropped sharply. It was only then that Li Guotai realized. Wu Bin's heart was strong and powerful. So, his blood circulation is much faster than that of ordinary people. This also means the toxins spread faster in his body. The attacks will be even more severe. For the first time, Li Guotai felt at a loss for what to do. Wu Bin's all indicators were too poor. Can't be maintained. Immediately perform a gastric lavage. Establish venous access. The door to the emergency room slammed shut. A scene of a group of doctors flustered and flustered. Leave a deep impression on everyone. The viewers in the livestream room. And also became less optimistic. It seems this time is really serious. Look at that blood just now. It's terrifying. After all, it was the gift of sending Shinong away. Isn't it amazing? I used to work in hospitals. There is one thing to say. Except for some specific toxins. Most of the toxins spread through Xingdan. I can only resign myself to fate. In simple terms, just wash it as soon as possible. It washes out toxins that haven't been absorbed yet. If it has already been absorbed, that means you can only rely on your own immune system. Is it so miserable? I thought sending her to the hospital would detoxify her. I've watched too many TV series. Poison is the most potent. Generally speaking, there is no specific antidote. I suggest you learn about DDVP. That thing is truly beyond saving. The key is, the walk is painful. Give you time to regret. They don't give you a chance to go back on your word. The live stream viewership rose again to 300,000. A new high. Just this time. He Bing Bing and the photography team. It wasn't as happy as I had imagined. At first, they thought Wu Bin had a mild condition. Once sent to the hospital, everything will be fine. But now I find out. Wu Bin's poisoning was so severe. It is even more dangerous than a heart attack. Although they also want popularity. But he didn't want to eat human blood-steamed buns. Their moods were just as heavy. There were also Yang Kong and Su Wenyao. Especially Yang Kong. My eyes were swollen from crying. You have to know, Yang Kong was a burly man before. Steel conductors. And it's only been a few days. He was nearly driven mad by Wu Bin's torment. The tragedy was truly unbearable. 3 hours later, the emergency room door opened. Wu Bin was pushed out from inside. Su Wenyao, Yang Kong, and the others immediately surrounded them. How is it, Director Li? Su Wenyao was extremely nervous. Li Guotai smiled and said the surgery was very successful. The toxins in Wu Bin's body have been completely cleared. Next, he only needed to rest for a while. Hearing Li Guotai say this, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Then they looked at Wu Bin with strange expressions. That was a highly poisonous Shanglu. This kid didn't die even after drinking water soaked in water. It's extremely unreasonable. The viewers in the live stream were also shocked. Damn, I thought this guy was done for. But unexpectedly, he was unharmed. Bro, this is a real rescue. A full 3 hours. Is this what you call being fine? This guy is quite talented. He was hospitalized every few days. And all of them were seriously ill. I really don't know what kind of Zun I was in my past life. The other side of the King of Hell withdrew a college student. This kid is just as fragile as an egg. But his ancestors' connections in the underworld must be strong. But his ancestors' connections in the underworld must have stubbornly blocked the way of renting together. He probably prayed to all the 10 Yama kings. Ancestors, this is the only university student in our family for 18 generations. Counselor, eat up. Who among the living fathers is luckier than you? Looking at the comments in the live stream, he Bing Bing couldn't help but laugh out loud. Although Wu Bin was poisoned, it was a very unfortunate accident. But why did he just want to laugh? Fortunately, he Bing Bing did not forget her duty. After Wu Bin was pushed into the ward, he Bing Bing immediately stepped forward to interview her. Student Wu Bin, how do you feel now? Wu Bin smiled at the camera. I feel good. Sleep soundly. Everyone looked at Wu Bin with regretful expressions. You don't know you've walked a lap at the gates of hell. Have you? You thought it was sleeping. He Bing Bing reminded Wu Bin. The thing you dug up in the grass earlier. Not ginseng. It was a highly toxic Shanglu poison. Wu responded with an, oh. He had no awareness of the seriousness of the situation. So it's not ginseng after all. But that stuff actually helps me sleep well. I haven't slept this well in a long time. He Bing Bing was once again at a loss for words. How are we supposed to conduct interviews like this? This kid doesn't play by the rules. Originally, he Bing Bing wanted to guide Wu a bit. Make him realize the seriousness of the situation. Then say something like, I really regret it. Then he gave himself a proper science explanation. A reminder to all netizens. Don't just stuff everything into your mouth when you see it. But Wu Min herself showed no remorse whatsoever. Instead, he said that the Shanglu stuff was quite good for sleep. Miss Bing Bing, what's going on? Do you feel uncomfortable in your stomach? He Bing Bing waved her hand and didn't agree. I thought of some unhappy things. Student Wu Bin, just lie down and relax. The doctor said you need to rest. Wu Bin readily agreed and lay on the bed. Close your eyes. It looks like she's asleep. But in fact, Wu Bin was very emotional at this moment. Because he never expected it. The poisoning task was completed so easily. He had already prepared everything. Mentally prepared for the pain to be utterly unbearable. At that time I just felt a bit sleepy. As soon as he lay down, he glanced over. The task was accomplished. No wonder in ancient times, when emperors gave poisoned wine, it was called death warrants. This spontaneous approach. It is indeed much less painful than other methods. Student Wu Bin, are you resting? Do you want to eat something? I can order takeout for you. Wu Bin opened his eyes to clear his eyes. Discovered Su Wenyao and Yang Kong. He had already appeared by his bedside. The tough guy Yang Kang's eyes were swollen from crying. He felt much more relaxed. Su Wenyao, who was once full of vigor. At this moment, his temples were also streaked with gray. He looked somewhat older. Wu Bin still felt a bit guilty inside. I'm sorry. Principal, I'm using it this time. Su Wenyao waved his hand directly. She interrupted Wu Bin. Wu classmate. What are you talking about? You didn't apologize to us. On the contrary, we feel sorry for you. Wu Bin regretted it. Su Wenyao waved his hand. Yang Kong immediately handed over a thick envelope. And a certificate. Right in front of the camera. Su Wenyao placed the envelope along with the certificate. It was handed over to Wu Bin. Bin, if it weren't for you, we don't know. Such a major management lapse exists within the school, randomly planting plants and herbs in the grass. Although the school repeatedly refused to allow it. But still, many students didn't pay much attention. Treat it seriously, but only after you get poisoned. I immediately mobilized all the faculty and staff. Emergency safety education was provided to all students. Wu Min. The promotional effect is remarkable. Wu Bin is very good, very good. Play like this, right? So I got caught up in the pokeweed after just one try. The school has become a typical negative example. Wu Min glanced down at the certificate. On it are 8 large characters. Fearless in the face of hardship. Testing the poison with oneself. But Wu was so thick-skinned. At this moment he also felt his face burn. Embarrassing, I was clearly a thief who accidentally got poisoned. But after Su Wenyao promoted it like this, become someone who contributes to the school. This is the trouble. Principal, I feel unworthy of this award. No wonder there's no guilt. Su Wenyao said righteously. If you hadn't risked your life to warn all the students, this unhealthy trend in our school, no one knows when it will be eradicated. Student Wu Bin, don't think about anything during this time. Just take good care of her in the hospital. All expenses are covered by our school. That's a real deal. Su Wenyao said this. Wu was relieved. It seems he saved on medical expenses again this time. Wu Bin thought. After Su Wenyao presented the award to himself, it was time to go back. But Su Wenyao's eyes suddenly welled up with tears. Tears suddenly streamed down my face. Suddenly, it left everyone stunned. What kind of trick is Su Wenyao up to now? He tightly held Wu Bin's hand. She spoke tenderly to the camera. You don't know yet. Wu Mao is an orphan. It was through his own hard work he was forced out of the welfare institute. I didn't know about this before. It was the people from the archives office who told me this morning. Xiao Wu's classmate. Don't worry from now on. Our agricultural university is your home. I am your elder. Wu fell silent. This old lamp was even more shameless than he had imagined. He had been lying in this hospital all day. Time is running out. Su Wenyao had already started using himself for promotion. Sure enough, ginger is still old and spicy. No, you have to fight for some benefit for yourself. He couldn't be used for nothing. Wu Bin was thinking about a countermeasure. But with He Bingbing and the others, seems like he's feeling down. Falling into sorrow. He Bingbing's nose tingled. Covering her mouth, she began to cry. What a pitiful child. Not only was he frail and often ill, and he's actually an orphan. The live chat instantly exploded with comments. The hemp rope is specifically picked and broken at the fine points. Doom is specifically looking for miserable people. I had noticed before, even though the boundless smile was bright, but I still feel a bit sad. Now it seems my feeling was right. The child of Kailang. All I can do is like and share with you. But they cannot bear to witness the suffering of the human world. I didn't expect him to suffer even worse than I was. Come on, brothers. Everything will be fine. Looking at the comments in the livestream, Wu Bin is even more fierce. How could it all happen in an instant? He becomes the tragic protagonist. Don't be so pessimistic, everyone. I didn't cry. Why are you crying? He Bingbing is holding a microphone. Suppressing his grief, he interviewed Su Wenyao. She was on the verge of tears throughout. Even the cameraman secretly wiped away his tears several times. Su Wenyao said with a determined gaze. Given Wu Bin's special situation, our school has already applied to the Ministry of Education. Special hardship student aid subsidies. Please rest assured, Wu. Please rest assured, all kind-hearted netizens. Even if the Ministry of Education can't approve it, our school paid out of pocket. They also provide subsidies to Wu Bin. After hearing Su Wenyao's words, the live chat instantly exploded with comments. A good person has a safe life. This principal is a good person. Agricultural universities are also good schools. I was watching this live stream from the very beginning. This principal really is a good person. Because of Wu Bin's situation, his hair turned white. Right now, it's hard to find a principal as responsible as him. Who knows his name? I want to write a letter of praise to send to the teacher. In the Ministry of Education, his name is Su Wenyao. You can find his personal information on Baidu. Looking at the barrage of comments praising him, Su Wenyao's mouth corner was even harder to suppress than an AK. You can achieve it on your own. So many netizens are defending themselves in the live comments. Even if the Ministry of Education sends people to hold them accountable, it no longer had much to do with me. Su Wenyao patted Wu Bin's hand. He took the opportunity to show a concerned smile. Student Wu Bin, although life is full of hardships, but after hardship comes sunshine. Take good care of yourself. Nongda will always be your strongest support. Wu forced a smile. He showed he understood the situation. This old Deng is just too gloomy. After sending off Su Wenyao and Yang Kong, naturally emotional, he Bing actually cried even harder. The way he looked at Wu Bin, it's like looking at a poor stray dog by the roadside. Although I know he's kind, but that's really unnecessary. The eldest sister got the nurse sister to come in and change the 4 bottle. Before even entering, he heard he Bing sobbing. I thought Wu Bin was up to something again. It nearly screamed sharply again. He told he Bing to go out and calm herself first. Wu Bin hadn't even had time to catch his breath. Li Guotai came in with several doctors. How does Wu Bin feel? Wu Bin replied, feeling chest tightness. Li Guotai was stunned by the chest tightness. It shouldn't be. The toxins in her body should have been completely cleared. Wu Bin sighed. Nothing. I just remembered something sad earlier, so I felt a bit tight in my chest. Netizens still thought. Wu was reminded of his own tragic background. He sent another wave of gifts, but in fact Wu Bin felt sad. It was because the system had just sent another warning. This dog system really won't let me rest. Li Guotai smiled and tried to comfort her. Always think positively. You can't get stuck in a dead end. Just say you were poisoned this time, although poisoning is a bad thing. But we do it by testing your physical data. Obtained a wealth of valuable research materials. Several doctors standing beside Li Guotai. He nodded excitedly. Yes, Wu Bin. Your body is truly wonderful. I've never seen such a wonderful body. You are simply a masterpiece of God. The person who said this was a man with a face full of stubble. An elderly professor with graying hair. The way he looked at Wu Bin, it is filled with longing and trivial desires. Wu Bin got goosebumps all over. His face full of caution. Seeing Wu Bin like this, Li Guotai hurriedly explained to Wu Bin. Don't be nervous. Old Lu used inappropriate wording. He meant that your physical condition was very good. It was even a bit too good. Li Guotai handed Wu Bin 2 test reports. You see, the one on the left shows data just sent to the emergency room. The one on the right shows your current data. You can compare poisoning. You at that moment. All indicators are far below the average person. According to this data, theoretically, you no longer need to be rescued, and in fact, and we truly do that. At that time, toxins had already entered your bloodstream. Quickly enter all organs of your body, causing various irreversible damage.
肝衰竭、肾衰竭接踵而至。
We can only hydrate you, do a little support. We all thought you couldn't make it. Who knew you would rely solely on your own detoxification abilities? Survived. When Li Guotai said this, it seems calm and unhurried. But in the minds of the viewers in the live stream, the image has already appeared. Is Director Li implying? They actually didn't do much. Wu Bin managed to survive on his own. Damn, how could that be possible? How could he not die? The poisoning is like this. Except for some specific toxins, there are specific remedies. Once other toxins spread throughout the body, you can only rely on your liver to detoxify on its own. This is also why once a person is poisoned, the first to appear was liver failure. Because the liver is responsible for detoxification. My liver is failing. Then that person is doomed. Didn't Director Li just say that Wu Bin also suffered from liver failure? So it's not over yet. That's why Director Li said this was a miracle. This means your base is about to be pushed to pieces. The crystal was revived. Promoting blood circulation, right? Play like this really well. So when Wu Bin was asleep, his immune system was wildly attacking. The king of hell is really hard to kill college students these days. Hearing Li Guotai say this, Wu Jiming, why do these doctors look at their eyes? Something is off. Fortunately, it's a society governed by law. Otherwise, he might really have been taken away for dissection. Director Li, so when you came to see me, Li Guotai smiled and handed over several documents. I came to you because we want to obtain monitoring data from your hospital stay. I also need to give you some checkups. After all, this involves your personal privacy. So we need you to work with us. These are cooperation documents. You can take a look first. If you agree, on our side, a medical research fund of 100,000 yuan will be provided. The funds will arrive immediately. 100,000 yuan. Wu Bin was deeply moved. Li Guotai not only refuses to slice himself up, and he had to give himself 100,000 yuan. Good people. Wu Bin picked up the document and began to read it carefully. This was a habit he had developed in his previous life. No matter who handed you the contract, is it trustworthy? You must carefully read through all contracts. After all, it's a society ruled by law. Verbal promises and writing in one's own pockets are two different things. After confirming the contract was fine, only then did Wu sign the documents. Wu Bin had just finished signing. Li Guotai handed over a white card. Walking over, the riverbank looked regretful. What is this? This is the White Dragon card from the Medical Alliance. Nationwide use. Hold this card. All your medical expenses can be prevented from being paid. If your medical report and other data are available, can provide us with important medical reference data. Then your medical expenses will be free. You can even earn a bonus. Hearing Li Guotai say this, the viewers in the livestream immediately lost their composure. This card is just too awesome. The legendary all-in-one card. This is way more powerful than the all-in-one card. Cards that can be held for payment. Explain Wu Bin's personal information and medical cases. It will definitely be uploaded online. Shared across the entire network. It was equivalent to hospitals across the country serving him. Why do I feel the exact opposite? It feels like he is serving hospitals nationwide. Netizens are right. The reason Li Guotai gave Wu this card. It was because of his unique constitution. Shedding its skin yet hard to kill. This is a criminal law for ordinary people. But for those studying medicine, it's as if you're walking through the world. The most perfect experimental specimen. Alright Wu. I won't disturb you to rest. Take good care of your health. Holding the signed documents, Li Guotai led a group out of the hospital room. Wu Min lying on the bed. I always felt as if I had been wronged by myself again. But this round wasn't a loss. At least you won't have to worry about medical expenses anymore. For the next 2 days, Wu Bin was eating and drinking inside the hospital. Everything is business as usual. Duration. Li Guotai arranged for nurses to examine Wu several times. Blood was drawn several times. Every time I see his test report, Li Guotai and a group of professors were all excited. Incredible. It's incredible. Inside his body, they even developed antibodies against the toxin in pokewood. Should the director give him some more sanglu to eat? Do a test. Yes, if the director can really form antibodies. That was a major breakthrough in medicine. Li Guotai looked at Wu Bin. He was also feeling a bit restless. Inside the human body, in fact, there is a huge antibody gene pool. According to scientific research, all virus antibodies can all be found in this gene bank. However, finding the appropriate antibody takes time. The vast majority of people die before making it this long. The reason cancer remains a terminal illness even now. It means it is not inside the human body. Find the key to solving cancer. As long as he finds that key, cancer is no longer a terminal illness. Now Wu Bin has developed antibodies against this pokeweed toxin. If they can verify that this is true, that would be equivalent to, he found the key to fighting the pokelotoxin. Through this key, they can then produce the same type of antibody. Also study it. Director Li, why are you and the others looking at me like that? I'm not a little rat. Li Guotai chuckled softly. It's fine Wu Bin, you don't need to be nervous. We also do not do anything against principle. I'm just informing you. Your illness is cured. Now you can be discharged from the hospital. Good Dean, do I still need to go through the discharge procedures? Guotai shook his head. You don't need me to help you handle it. Wu Bin felt incredibly pleased. It's good to have acquaintances in the hospital. You don't even have to handle discharge procedures yourself. Just walk straight ahead. Coming out of the hospital, he Bing took the initiative to invite Wu. I took their TV station's car back to school. After this incident with the Columbus incident, the TV station has strengthened its confidence in following Wu Bin. In the past 2 days, the number of viewers in the live stream alone surpassed 300,000. Now, he Bing and her group are forming their own group. It has become a popular program on TV stations. Bing, I'm gonna sleep for a while. After saying this, Wu Bin sat in the front passenger seat, closed his eyes. A system notification once again popped up in his mind. Congratulations, host is now complete. Gong cures the disease. Gain 100 life points. New diseases are ready for you. Please choose. Please make your choice within 10 minutes. Otherwise, the system will randomly match you with suitable diseases. How come there are only 2 minutes left for me to choose this dog? The system detected that he had already recovered, right? Wu Bin calmed his good mood. Look at the 3 options the system has given this time. Fracture, sudden death, severe disability. Seeing these 3 familiar options, Wu Bin's temples throbbed wildly. He had been poisoned himself, so the poison option is gone. It was replaced with severe disability. The other 2 showed no changes. Other words, you must experience a disease first. Only then can other types of diseases be refreshed. That's way too inhumane. Just as Wu was thinking this, A new interface popped up in his mind. Life Mall. At first glance, the 4 big characters for Golden Life Mall appeared. Wu Bin immediately laughed. Right? I can't just suffer for nothing. You have to give some rewards. Wu Bin entered the Life Mall. Check the products inside. Just one glance. Wu Bin was instantly shocked. Guai Guai has everything in this mall. As long as you have enough life coins. In theory, he could exchange for anything. Wu Bin glanced at his balance. Only 200 gold coins. This is quite awkward. Right now, you can only buy some cheap goods. Healing potion. This is a bit interesting. Wu Bin opened the message to check. After using the healing potion, treatment is received within the next hour. Effect increased tenfold. Exchange price, 50 life coins. Wu Bin understood. With this potion, this effectively shortened their treatment time. Can help you be discharged more quickly. Seems so. This potion is actually quite practical. After all, some diseases are treated with great pain. It can shorten the treatment process. Isn't that basically directly shortening the pain? The line exchange has been paid. Congratulations on successfully exchanging the healing potion. Placed in your backpack. After confirming the healing potion exchange was successful, Wu Bin felt relieved. He looked back at those 3 options. In the end, he chose severe disability. This thing is still better than sudden death. The host has made a choice. The next illness is severe disability. Looking at the system notification, Wu Bin felt a bit of longing in his heart. After all, the system hadn't told me where he would be disabled. It shouldn't be too much, right? Just as Wu Bin was thinking this, suddenly, there was a bang outside. The car suddenly stopped. Wu Bin had just opened his eyes. A man wearing a mask rushed over. He slammed the passenger window. I just picked up a new car. This was the first time Wu had encountered such a situation. Are people driving these days always this aggressive? He Bing Bing was also frightened. Instinctively, he locked the car door. Then he took out his phone and started calling the police. Seeing Wu Bin's eyes fixed intently, looking at the middle-aged man, he Bing Bing thought he was scared. He quickly tried to comfort her. It's fine, I'm already calling the police. We just sat in the car and waited. He Bing Bing comforted Wu Bin with her words. But I was also very nervous. Because the middle-aged man outside the car was getting more and more irritable. He first hammered the car window glass. Just hearing the crackling of the car window glass, you can tell how hard he struck. Then he started pulling the car door in various ways. Use your foot to tip the side mirror. He's practically a violent maniac. The photographer had already taken the camera. It was aimed at the middle-aged man. This is clearly visible through the lens. It was this man who wanted to change lanes and cut in. But he Bing Bing didn't let him do it. Crashed directly into his car. The viewers in the live stream immediately erupted. This guy must be poisonous. He was clearly the one who cut in and broke the rules. How could you have the nerve to insult someone? There are many such people in this world and it's perfectly normal. Just as irritable as he is. This is the first time I have met him. This guy gets out of the car and gets angry red. It made me laugh. Ha ha ha. Is this the real-life version of When Happiness Knocks? Extremely high hemp content. If there is a tester, it is estimated to have already exceeded the limit. The camera crew inside the car was also stunned. They had originally thought this middle-aged man could just hit him twice casually, and that would be one thing. But he grew more and more excited. It's as if I've been injected with a stimulant. Wu Bin laughed. Unexpectedly, he had just come out of the hospital. That's exactly what happened. Seeing Wu Bin reach out to open the car door, he Bing Bing was so frightened that she quickly stopped him. Student Wu Bin, what are you doing? Wu Bin said with a smile. I noticed he seemed very emotional. I was about to go down and calm him down. He Bing Bing thought Wu Bin was simply crazy. You know he's getting emotional. You're still going down at a time like this. Of course they'll fight. If you listen to me, stay in the car. Can we just wait quietly for the police to come? Of course Wu Bin was unwilling. He also wants to get a new car. Ignoring He Bing Bing's attempts to dissuade her, Wu Bin pushed open the car door and got out. The viewers in the live stream were amazed. No wonder it's my Angie. The real guy is going down to face off head-on. Or was he too impulsive when he was young? Given the current state of the opponent, there will definitely be fights in the future. Yes, Wu Bin's body is so weak. He definitely couldn't beat this old lamp. Everyone was worried for Wu Bin. But Wu Bin himself remained very calm. He had never experienced road rage before. Today he had to properly cure old Deng's bad habits. The middle-aged man hadn't expected it either. A young man actually got out of the car. He looked very weak. He should still be in school. The young man quickly walked up to Wu Bin. He pointed at his nose and started cursing loudly. Can you drive? If you can't drive, just go back and take the bus. Don't drive out here and cause trouble. This is a brand new car just introduced by the old brand. I was bumped in to buy you all. It directly turned into an accident vehicle. She was also worried that middle-aged men might act impulsively. A woman quickly got out of the car. Unlike the irritable and quick-tempered middle-aged men, the woman appeared much calmer. He first circled the car. Then he spoke in a tone that sounded reasonable and indistinguishable. Young people these days really don't care about their drives. No one knows how he managed to get this driver's license. If you don't take the exam, just go straight to the road? Forget it, old Lou. There's no point in talking to a young kid like him. I don't understand fart. The young man alone lost 40,000 yuan to us. Forget about this matter. We don't embarrass you. Hearing the middle-aged woman say this, the live stream chat instantly filled with comments. Fei Huai, this auntie really dares to speak outrageously. It was just a scratch on the front face. He even asked for 40,000 yuan right away. This couple is the same character. You can tell at a loss for upbringing. Men are fearless. The woman was full of scheming. Hurry up and have Wu Bin get back in the car. I'm getting nervous watching it. What's there to say to someone like that? They were clearly the ones who broke the rules. But instead, he wanted Wu Mao to settle things privately. This woman is really mean. Wu Bin remained silent the entire time. Just smile and watch the couple. Wu's smile. Watching this made the couple feel uneasy. But soon he felt very angry. What does this kid mean? Are they mocking them? The middle-aged man Lu Guanghao was furious at the brat. What are you laughing at? If you keep laughing, believe it or not, I'll gouge out your eyes. The middle-aged woman Yan Fong also lost patience. I said, what's wrong with you, kid? I'm having a good talk with you. What do you mean by smiling at us? The couple parked their car in the middle of the road. He pointed at Wu Bin's nose and cursed. It quickly attracted onlookers from the crowd. At the beginning, the passersby still hadn't figured out what was going on between the two sides. But some knowledgeable people explained from the side. They immediately understood. They all spoke up for Wu Bin. You two are really bullying me. It's clearly you guys who changed lanes and cut in illegally. How can you still have the nerve to curse? Especially since the other party is still a child. You're really unreasonable. Seeing everyone around criticizing him, the couple finally couldn't hold back any longer. Yan Fong immediately started throwing a tantrum. Do you know what's going on? Why are you all pretending to be heroes here? Don't think that having more people makes sense. If he doesn't lose money today, you are not allowed to go anywhere. Worried things would escalate further. He Bing also got out of the car with the photographer. As soon as I saw the photographer carrying such a huge camera, when Fong was momentarily stunned, then he instantly flew into a rage. Why are you shooting at me with that broken machine? What about you? That's an infringement of my portrait rights, you know? Hurry up and turn it off. He Bing explained. This woman, please don't get worked up yet. We are from Magic City TV. We were already doing live streaming. Before he Bing could finish explaining, Yan Fong reached out again to grab the camera. I don't care what TV station you're on. If you film me now, you're violating my portrait rights. Turn it off immediately. Yan Fong's hand was about to reach the camera. He walked over and stopped him. Daga has put up with you for a long time. It's unreasonable, isn't it? I can warn you. Our photography team carries professional equipment. A camera starts at over 100,000 yuan. If you break it, can you afford to lose? As soon as I heard this, Yan Fong hesitated immediately. A camera costing over 100,000 per unit. He really couldn't afford to pay for it. But soon his gaze sharpened again. He couldn't afford to pay for the camera. Cleaning up a child is not easy. Thinking of this, Yan Fong cursed loudly. I thought you were mute. And you can talk, a little bastard. Seeing Yan Fong utter fragrant words, Wu Bin laughed. You're so bold. How dare you scold me? Wu Bin took out the white card Li Guotai had given him. Do you know what this is? Yan Fong looked regretful, shook his head. Wu Bin said confidently, this is the medical card personally given to me by Director Li Guotai. With this card, I can always pay for medical treatment nationwide. And you can enjoy the highest priority treatment services. When Fong regretted it even more, he had originally thought, what Wu Bin pulled out was probably a bank card. Something like a centurion, limited worldwide. It can reflect his identity and position. But then the kid pulled out a medical insurance card. Yan Fong let out a light laugh. With a wave of his hand, he sent the card flying from Wu Xiong's hand. What a mess. Which hospital did you come from? Believe it or not, lunatic. I'll beat you to death. As soon as she heard Yan Fong was about to make a move, he Bing quickly shielded Wu Bin behind her. This woman. Please calm down. Wu Bin's health was poor. If you really lay a hand on him, you will bear all the consequences. Wu Bin laughed too and hit me. Who gave him the nerve to speak to himself like that? Wu Bin signaled he Bing Bing to step aside. Then he took the initiative to lean his face forward. Don't be shy. If you have the guts, just try moving me. Arrogant and domineering. Wu Bin leaned his face forward. Both of them looked pale with anger. But he really didn't dare to make a move. So many people around. I'm taking pictures with my phone. And there are surveillance cameras on their heads. As soon as he made a move, remember to spend money. Seeing that the two did not fight, Wu Bin snorted coldly, shouting for so long. Turns out it's just for show. I thought you really dared to touch me. The fragrant air made my whole body tremble. Wu Bin retorted bluntly at you. What? If you have the guts, come and touch me. Shut up if you don't have the ability. Don't be ashamed here. Wu Bin's retort left netizens feeling thoroughly satisfied. Unexpectedly, although Wu Bin was fragile, but when it comes to talking back, he's so rude. You seriously underestimate the fighting power of college students. You have to know those keyboard warriors online nowadays. The vast majority are university students. If it weren't for the concerns about live streaming, I bet Wu Bin could curse even harsher. Wu Guo was indeed a student with a strong sense of justice. Don't be fooled by his weak health. But he was brave. Facing these two couples, they showed no fear. The couple was so scared they didn't dare to make a move. Netizens found it thrilling. But the couple felt very wronged inside. Especially the middle-aged man Lu Guanghao. He was naturally hot-tempered. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened after the crash. The first thing to do is rush down to vent. Now, seeing Wu Bin openly provoking her, Lu Guanghao couldn't hold back any longer. He walked up to Wu Bin. He clenched his fists and said, "Kid, don't think I don't dare to touch you. If we hit you, at most we'll just spend some money. We have... Money is not a problem, you can understand."